Isaiah 40, verse 31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord, who expect and look for and hope in Him, will gain new strength and renew their power. They will lift up their wings and rise up close to God like eagles rising toward the sun. They will run and not become weary, and they will walk and not grow tired." Now I'm going to tell you, we're entering a season. Yesterday was the 17th of Tammuz, and it starts a 3-week process that takes us into the 9th of Av, and you can look and you can see where the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, and then years later it was destroyed again at the second destruction of it. And you can look through past and you can see a generational stronghold that has been there in the Jewish people. But I want to tell you something. Jesus came to redeem every bit of that curse, to redeem us from every bit of that. But you may feel a heaviness right now because listen, so goes Israel, so goes the world. I'm sorry, that's the first fruit of God. Jesus was a Jew. He was the first fruit of many, which is us. And so we are grafted into that Jewish root. And sometimes as a prophetic voice, we will take on the feelings of what is happening in those cycles, in the times and seasons of God. But I'm here to tell you today, Ezekiel 37 is part of my message today. They didn't know this, but this is what happens when everybody's pressing into the Lord, that everybody comes with their portion and everybody brings something different to the table, but it's saying the same thing. So hear the word of the Lord today, that rise up on wings as eagles. You shall run, not be weary. Grab hold of Him. Get close to Him. I thank Him for what He's doing in the earth. Because what you may not understand and what I may not understand, that the things that we see with our natural eyes are not going to determine what is going to happen on the other side. It will determine your destiny and where you're going to be on the other side, but God's going to have His sovereign will. And sometimes we have to change our perspective in the way that we look at it. Exactly what Nathan said. We want to be the ones that speak to those dry bones, but what about the ones that need to respond to the words that are being spoken? Because He's calling our name today, and He's saying, if you will posture yourself in a different way, you will see me in a different way, says the Lord. This is the season, come on, where they went into the promised land, and for 3 weeks they looked at the goodness of God, but they came back on the 9th of Av and said, we don't want to enter in because we look like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we are to them. So I'm declaring to you right now that you begin to see with the eyes of the Father and the eyes of faith, that you know who you are in Him and who He is in you, that you may enter into that promise and capture and possess and depossess everything that God has for you. Depossess the enemy and possess the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Bless Him right now. Come on, somebody better praise His name.